Well, hey there, guys. Happy Thursday. It's Monica, and I'm here with our weekly chat, our weekly tip on door hanger workshops. And today's topic is answering the question, is simple bad? And the short answer to that is no, right? The long answer is a little bit more complicated because as creatives and as business owners, if you're anything like me, we like things to be perfect. We like things to be very professional. It should always look a certain way in our mind. And I just want to give you a little perspective on thinking just a little bit differently. And it's taken me some time and I'm still working on it because new things will come up and I'm like overthinking or over trying to make something more than it needs to be. So think about it this way, and I'm going to talk about two different aspects. Number one, let's talk about designs for a minute, and you can apply this to a lot of different things in your business. But let's think about picking a design for your door hanger workshops. Okay. Um, when I'm searching for designs, I've done trainings on things that I look for in designs and all of that. But when you're looking for designs, you're looking for things that you like, right? Things that you would want to make. You're looking, and you see as a workshop host or a teacher, you see a lot of designs, right? So your expectation of a design or what you think a really great door hanger would be is very high. Okay, think about it from the host or from the guest's perspective. I have seen literally thousands of guests, okay? When they come in to a workshop, especially if it's their first workshop, they are looking for simple. When they sit down and they start processing how this is going to work, they start to evaluate their decision on picking a design. And they're looking around, and I've heard it so many times. Oh, I wish I would have picked that one. Because at that moment, they're not looking for the most complicated, the coolest, the most intricate door hanger. They're looking for, am I going to be able to do this at that time? And I've often had guests say, you know what? You should put an asterisk next to certain designs and say level of difficulty, level of intricacy, because really when they're picking that design, they have no idea how this process works, not at all, because they get invited to this workshop from their friend and they're just picking a design. So never, ever, ever, never have I had a guest sit down at one of my simple designs and say, oh, wish I would have picked that really complicated one because it is really cool. Never. Now, at the end of the workshop, they may say, I am going to come back. I'm doing that one. I love that one. And they're referring to maybe a different, more complicated one because they understand the process now, right? So having a collection or having, no matter how big or small your collection is, have a variety. Simple ones are not always bad. They're not, actually, they're never bad, okay? Because it amazes me. The designs that I'm like, oh, they're gonna get done with that pretty quick. Their friends are gonna be working. They sit there and they enjoy it. They finish their project. Never have I had somebody say, well, that didn't take me long enough. So it's okay. It's okay. If they want to make a more complicated one, they're going to sign up again and they're going to do it. But they're going to appreciate the simplicity of your project and your instruction of that project. Okay, so the second part, not thinking about designs. Let's talk about setting up workshops. All right, so the students who have been through my course are beginning to run their workshops and they're setting up their registrations and they're doing all that. Now, when you are first starting your workshop business, again, you want it to be perfect. You want it to be professional. You want it to be great. And that's awesome. That's what I want too. The better thing to focus on in my mind is getting started. Keeping it simple at the beginning is going to help you to get fancy faster, right? To get the website set up, to get the techie stuff set up. There are very simple ways to get your workshop set up. I'll give you two. One is using a Google form. A simple Google form for a registration is probably the easiest thing to do. You set up a Google form, you show them their options, and you give them a link to pay. You can insert a link right into a Google form. Wherever you want them to give you the money, you can do that through one form, and you can send it to your host, and they'll send it out. So it's super simple, right? Another way is a Facebook event. When I first started teaching workshops, I used Facebook events. I had a business page, and I set up a Facebook event. I had the options listed that they could pick from and a payment link. That's it. That's it. Keeping it simple is going to help you to get started faster. And from there, you can change things. You can make things fancier. You can do all the tech stuff. But getting started is the most important part. So is simple bad? Absolutely not. I always, when I'm starting something new, I force myself to remember keeping it simple is going to help me and it's going to help them. Bottom line. I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments something that you are trying to keep simple, and I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.